welcome to episode 74 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me, Dr. Noopy. Thank you for joining me. I can already see comments happening, and I mustn't say anything because I get told off if I say hello. People's names don't come up. Thank you, Ollie. I can say your name. Hi, Ollie. It's great to see you. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am a GP. I'm a family physician in the UK. And I'm also a speaker and transformation life coach. I'm smiling because I'll tell you in a minute. My passion is all about sharing what holistic care really is and how you can reclaim your health needs, mind, body, and soul, realigning them and rebalancing them. And I show this through my F list, which is a holistic prescription I created having gone through burnout and awakening, really. And that was 13 something years ago. And ever since then, it's this learning, evolving, and just bringing more and more in, I guess, as I develop and share that with my patients and with my clients. And I think the bestest way to show you what it feels like to go through the F list, to go through and realign your mind, body, soul needs, what it feels like truly is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devon James Stinson. And I love my brand story. I really do. So without further ado, big bro, may we have the brand story, please?
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Noopy Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Noopy Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I needed that. I really enjoyed just actually listening to it and not doing my usual interpretive dance from the beginning anyway. I think without further ado, I cannot wait to bring on my guest today. I love it a bit. I really do. Come on down, Raschell. Come on.
I feel so honored. I feel so honored to be here. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm just going to give a sneaky peek before I forget later. The reason I was giggling when I was saying, and my passions are speaking, and I'm thinking, next week I'm going to be in the United States of America.
Very excited.
Seriously, I'm just like literally just, oh my goodness me, I can't wait. And I'm going to see you in real life. I'm going to see, I genuinely think, okay, I am going to, first of all, probably scream, cackle, and cry all at the same time. And I think I might explode, literally explode. I
All right. As I said to you in the
really,
text, I'm going to
I
run the
know.
other way.
No,
You
no, but
start
you
doing
know
that.
what will happen. You don't know what will happen. I'll come fucking running after you.
I know
I'll be
you
like,
already told me that.
where are you going? Come back, come back.
It will
Do you
definitely
know
be
what?
something we can record and post
I
on
can't
social
wait. Oh
media.
my God, we have, yes, definitely, definitely. So we're alluding to, I have been very kindly invited to keynote speak on 1111 Angel
Mhm.
Numbers by Andrea Sanchez, and it's Hope Kindness. And oh my goodness me, it's just such an honor. And I'm flying on Thursday, this Thursday. And I think I'm literally, my brain is mashed because I'm kind of like, gotta do this, gotta do this, do this. Anyway, hi, Rach.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Hi. That's why I needed to listen to that brand story today. It's so soothing. So, listen, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell us about you.
Absolutely. So, for everybody out there listening, my name is Raschell Harlingten. I am a speaker, a transformational coach, a best-selling author. I'm also a podcaster and also a TV producer of my show, The Transformational Soul Talks. This was a incredible journey that I started probably about 12 years ago. Always wanted to support people, just never knew sort of where my calling was. Went through a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs. I'm a single mom of two beautiful children, but they were my beacon. They were my light that kept me going in the really tough times. So, and now I really feel that supporting people by uplifting the energy of humanity is one of the biggest things that is so important, because especially in these very challenging times, people need community, they need support, and they need to understand that we are all one. So
Yes.
very,
Yes.
very
And
important.
that's how we met. It was on
Bold voices.
yeah. And it was incredible because we were chatting, we were on that podcast and with America's Supermom. And I remember you very clearly. I remember just chatting away, and then later hi Michael, you messaged to say, hey, I'd love to have a coffee chat, and we just literally just went bedoing. And you said to me, it's like your fairy energy. I just knew, I could just tell. And it boils down to that, what we were saying earlier, energy. It's that recognition, isn't it?
It is.
And it's that, I call it my fizz tingles when I meet people, and it's that connection, it's the feels, and I just go tingly top to toe and get fucking giddy pants basically. But it is energy, and it's all about energy, and it's connecting with those like-minded, but you can feel the energy, you can feel that connection.
Absolutely.
I love it.
You just know. I mean, you meet somebody, the connection is real. You feel incredible. You're not sure why. I've had that with a few people. And then you just build this incredible relationship and you're not sure why. And a lot of it is it's our souls. It's understanding that we are all connected. And
Yes.
I love it. So I think it's
Yes.
important that people understand that energy is important. Everything is energy, and just believe in it because it's there.
It's your commodity. I love Michael's. I saw a really. It's Ollie. Ollie said this actually. Community, come as unity. One, openness never excludes. Two, bloody right. Absolutely. Hi, Michael. Thank you for
It
joining.
it is. It's all unity is one, and for me that is massive. And I'll just share a tiny bit. For me, a lot of the connections I have all over the world and in the spiritual community and in light language, if anybody understands that, I won't go into it too much. For me, something that was very, very important was understanding light language and knowing that we are all one. So I love light language, and I love the fact that it is our souls. It's that vibration of energy. It goes back to the soul. It goes back to the energy, right? So for me, unity is massive.
Oh, I love it. Please do share more about light language.
Oh,
Go for it. Oh, God, I've got Alexa going on down here. What the hell? Sorry about that.
well, I mean, I won't go too deep into it, but I will understand that we all have a vibration within us, a very strong vibration. We all have one that is very significant to each of us. And light language is sort of like a resonance of sound that comes up from the heart, not from, but through the throat, right? But it's not words. It's not like we're speaking now. It's more of sounds that the emotion is behind it. So even though you don't know what the person is saying in the different dialects or even just their soul language, you can feel the energy behind it to know exactly what they're saying. Yeah. So I think that is incredible. And I've had that experience where I met Lily for the first time, got out of the car, and just, I could feel it piling up in my throat, and out it came. And she just sat there smiling. And she knew that I was saying to her, I've missed you. It's been so long. Finally, we meet again. And it was exactly what I felt. Exactly what I felt. So light language is something that is becoming a little bit more of the norm now. It's not so far out there, but it is really important for people to understand that it's, again, it goes back to the energy. Everything is energy.
It does. And it comes back to aligning, isn't it? Because it comes from that, the purest space. It's where your connection is. It's here. And it's when you've let go. Letting go is probably the hardest thing that you have to do. But it's when you've understood and you've realigned your mind, body, soul needs, and you're operating from here, from the heart space, and being guided by that. That's when you become, you are more in tune with your, I guess, your true authentic self is how I see it. And everybody's journey is different, and everybody goes through different things in order to tap into that. But it's how I say it is your superpower. That's the glitter. That truly is what I mean by glitter. It's always there. It never goes. But it's learning how to really fucking have it fountaining out. But you've got to understand how that works, and how to make your soul sparkle, basically.
I think that's really important what you're saying, because a lot of times people are so busy trying to attract things to them, but it's not about so much the attraction as it is the letting go. And what I mean by that is we all radiate at a certain resonance that is significant to each of us. It's like our signature light beacon, whatever you want to call it. That's already there. It's there for us. The thing is, we want something, but what we're doing is we're pushing against that resonance, so that what the other thing that's vibrating at the same level that matches us cannot come in, because we're pushing it away. So ultimately, the message I can say to people is stop worrying about so much attracting stuff, but letting go of things. That's the biggest. Let go and go with the flow, because that's when things will flow to you.
Yes, exactly. And that's what then you attract. If it's a need, then it's almost, you're putting the blocks and barriers right there. You're creating this invisible force field that goes, no, you're not having that. Because it's coming from a different energy source. It's coming from what your ego mind is saying, that I need to do it like this. There's no needs or shoulds. That's what I say. And it's coming from here. And actually letting go of preordained ideas, letting go of the, it's control, isn't it? Of knowing exactly how it's going to happen and when, and all those things. When you actually just release that, then you're creating in your own vessel space for the new stuff to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, you get a signal, a sign from the universe, synchronicity starts happening, and you're like, holy shit, oh my God, that was what it was meant to be.
Yes.
But you've got to go through that to shift it, and then
it can be so simple too. So,
yeah.
you know, people will say you can attract something that is massive as easy as you can attract something that is small.
Yeah.
I'll give a really simple example. So for the longest time, I wanted a new rebounder or trampoline that mine had broken. And I really wanted one, but I really didn't want to spend $200 to $600. So I was just putting it out there to the universe, but I just forgot about it. I was like, oh, it'll show up. Then I get this message from my friend. She says, oh, there's this rebounder on Facebook Marketplace. It's up the street. They want $10. I was like, oh, wow. So I was like, message her back. Tell her yes. I'll send her the money now. And literally brand new. She just didn't want it more because it was for rehabilitation of her ankle, and she didn't want to throw it out. So there you go. Because I had no attachment to it.
Yes.
I just wanted it, but I just let it go. And so it vibrated its way to me.
Yep.
And so now I have.
It's magic. It's magic. And that's the thing. This is what I talk about. I get so giddy because it is magic, but it just doesn't happen either, though. You know what really bugs me? It's these courses that you see. I've had people say this to me and going, I'm going to sign up for this thing about, you know, it's a manifesting and the law of attraction, and it's X amount per month, and go through it. And I'm like, right, okay, you don't need to spend that much money. It's just understanding some simple concepts. I'll fucking do that for free. And there you go. Seriously, you don't need that. I'll show you. But it does my head in because it's almost turning business into, well, you know what? Sorry, forgive me. I'm going to rant. It's like, you know, yes, we are aligned because I'm using the law of attraction and this, that, the other. No, because it's not pure. It's not truth. And then you wonder why shit doesn't happen. I'm tired and I'm really ranting. I'm swearing like a trooper. Fuck it. But that's the thing. And it's when you are really going from a heart space of really honoring yourself, really tuning into your needs, your desires, your passions. And when you are doing that, that's when the magic really starts. You can literally, things start to flow.
Yes.
I manifested this. I've manifested so much. And that sounds really crazy, but it's true. 4 years ago, I think I wrote down, I was in partnership, and I had just, it was a course I'd done, and I was doing some training as a trainer, as a clinical lead for domestic abuse. And I remember I had 2 nights away, and I remember just mapping out F-list, podcast, this. This was no idea that I'd be doing this. And I could see it. And I literally just put it out there, and one by one, there you go. And it does work, but it's what you have to go through sometimes to realize that.
You have, there is a part of life that you travel through, that you have those challenges. We put our own challenges up sometimes. You know, we're given 2 paths and we end up choosing a different path that may be a little bit more bumpy. But it's always the lesson. What did you learn?
Yes.
What did you learn?
Yes.
And this is something that I teach as well, is that you have to recognize, you have to pay attention to what you think about, how you're showing up, how you're saying things. All of those things are massive, because that's what creates your reality. It really does. I mean, I'm sure everybody out there knows somebody who just keeps repeating the same story over and over again. And you honestly just want to stop and, you know, say, could you just change your story? Could you tell a different story? Because I'm tired of hearing this story. And it's true. And you don't want to hear it anymore. So you start to pull yourself away. You're like, I love you, but I've got to leave you right here because that story is so old. It's dinosaur, and I just can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah. But then I'm this happens a lot in clinics because it's somebody's thoughts, beliefs about their condition and what's causing, and then it's how it's affecting them. And it goes so many different layers. It's not just the physical. And it's, for me, it's embracing the reasons as to what are those blocks and barriers. And it's really going through down to the shadow work and retrieving, and actually just, okay, we can bring that in and fuck it off, focus, breathe, flip it right round and embrace that as part of you, because it doesn't need to define you. And that's where I see the most healing happening for self, as well as with my patients with their physical health conditions, chronic health conditions. Fucking works.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Something you said before.
Okay.
I'll just choke you. Why don't I? But it's that's what I wanted to say. I've just remembered. Michael P, who was here, he's here somewhere. I remember him saying to me when I we were chatting or he just coaching with me, and he'd be so specific, and he would say, listen to the words you're using. And I'm like, I'm not using any words. What do you mean? I'm like, like a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, did I say that? And he was like, yeah. I said, well, I didn't mean it like that. He goes, well, listen to the words that you're using, because that in itself sends out a vibration. And it can, you fine tune it. You keep fine tuning. And
he's raising his hand. He's like,
yes. But it's so true, because your words do carry that resonance. And I share that with patients in the sense of what your thoughts, it does. And it creates this force field around you. And if it's lower bass vibrations, then that's what you're going to attract.
Well, you've lowered yours.
Yeah.
You've lowered your vibration and then you're matching with lower vibration. And then there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you're then going to start to attract those things that don't support you. So I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago on an audio room, where even the food that you consume has a vibrational energy to it.
Yes.
So if you are, coffee, as much as everybody loves it, is a very low vibration.
Oh no.
And so but having one is fine, but having multiple coffees per day, she's like looking sideways, it does lower your vibration, because it's not of a high hertz vibration. So trying to have things in your life that are high vibrational, the food that you consume first thing in the morning, even if you do diffusers, having diffusers with things that smell good, not the plug-ins. You know how everybody puts sometimes in their houses the plug-ins? Those are the worst. You want something that is a fresh, like a lavender, or if you like lemongrass or peppermint, because it's a very high vibration. Fresh juices, all of those things, when we ingest them, it affects our vibration, even listening to certain music. So if you play certain music all the time that is not high vibrational, it affects your vibration, and your vibration comes down. So playing, if you listen, there is a part, I can't remember, by Beethoven. It's like the first 3 minutes of one of his works. The first 3 minutes is such a high vibration. It can put you into that incredible manifestation vibration frequency.
Oh, I'm feeling it already.
It's so intense, but it's so beautiful, and it matches so beautifully with whatever you want to do. So it's just the first 3 minutes. I'll have to remember and tell you later.
I'll send it to me. Yes.
So this is why I say there are 3 brains. There's your gut,
yes,
then there's your heart, and then there is this brain. So what you ingest affects your emotions, that affect your heart space. So if you eat something that feels crappy, you don't feel good, it starts to put out the emotions. And then based on those emotions, the rest you decide, oh, I feel like crap, I don't want to do this. So the whole body starts to go in the different vibration.
Yes. That's F on my F list, by the way, food. If you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. It's really, on the whole balance thing. Anyway, yes. And so then the third, the heart.
Brain.
Yeah, the brain.
Yes. And then the brain decides, oh, I feel like crap. And then they go and does something to, eats more of it. Oh, I feel garbage, thinks negative thoughts. And this is part of the reason why we have such a large I'd like to even in Canada epidemic of mental illness is because our food sources, our ideology of what we're teaching is all on a very low vibrational wave. So the food isn't good. I mean, I remember I grew up in the UK and I also lived in New Zealand. And I remember as a little kid running down to the dairy to buy a fresh loaf of bread and bringing it back so we could have a cup of tea with my dad. I can't do bread anymore. I can't because it causes such problems in I get heartburn, I feel crappy. So, it's so important that we pay attention to what we eat because, like you said, it affects everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Tell me about, I know we've got a few minutes left and I love this. 7 ways to expand in 7 steps. In 7 days. Yeah, I got it. 777.
777. So this is a free.
Tell us about that.
This is a free 7-day little audio program that is on my website. So you can go to RaschellHarlingten.ca and you just enter in your name and it will be sent to you daily for 7 days. What this does is it goes through and helps you understand. You start to recognize. You start to see where your thoughts are going. You pay attention to some of the food that you're eating. Then there's certain things within that we do, that we give our energy away. So each day is something different where you can focus on where your energy is going. What are you giving it to? How are you showing up? What are you putting in your body that's lowering your energy? So it's called 777 because by the end of 7 days, I kid you not, you will pay a lot more attention to how negative or positive your thoughts are. And you'll be very aware of what you're putting in your mouth. And you'll be very aware of conversations that you're going to get into with people. And are they positive? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? So this is very short. It's very simple. It's just 7 days. It's literally a minute and a half, if that, the audio. You can play it over and over again throughout the day. It's free. But I first put it out probably about a month ago, and I got such great feedback from people that were doing it. They said, wow, I wish I could just do this every day. And I was like, you can, because it's yours. You could just keep listening to it.
And it's free.
It's free.
All they need to do, so just go to your website. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Put in, it'll say for free, for the 7-day program, you put in your email to subscribe. It comes through. I'll have my assistant send you it. And every day you will get a little mantra. It'll have my voice and we'll go tell you exactly what that whole day is about. And it's 7 days. So the thing is, if you can see the difference after 7 days, then now you have at least, I'd like to say, a plan, a little map of what you can pay attention to.
Yes. Yeah. And it's a win-win because you're doing something actively, you're taking control back, you're feeling better. That's the whole thing. It is all about coming back into alignment with yourself, really, isn't it? And I think the key thing here, because we've said it a few times, it's retraining yourself to be aware and coming into that space, because without awareness, everything else is so much harder. That's the first step, expanding your awareness.
It is. And I can honestly say that from the experiences I've had since a young child, going through some really turbulent times, living in different countries, back before the internet was a big thing, having subjected to things that I didn't understand, it set my story, as I like to say it, my way of thinking in a certain direction, which was not positive. So then I had to learn how to retrain and push myself out because I kept getting the results all the time. So it was very important for me to say, wait a minute, I need to change the way I'm thinking. I need to change the way I'm speaking. And I need to change my bloody story because this story is not supporting me. Yeah, it's the past. It's done. I can't undo it, but I can definitely create an incredible future.
Yes.
So, I look back at all the stuff that I went through, and I am so happy where I am today, and I love me. because we're all special. So I think that's the biggest thing is love yourself
Oh,
because you're so special.
yes. I love
But
you
it took a
too.
long time. Oh, thank you. It took me a long time to love me,
And
but
I
I
love
do.
me too.
Good. I love you too.
I can feel it. I can feel the love. No,
You
but
can
it's
feel the
so
love.
true. It is. It's so true. It's self-care. Self-care is truly being self-aware, which is self-love. And that's unconditional love to self
Yeah.
first. And then you radiate that out. And that's
Yeah.
that's the highest vibrational frequency going, for heaven's sake. It is healing and you can fucking blast. That's glitter bombs going everywhere.
Yes. It's so important, and uplifting the energy of everybody out there, because I will say
Yes.
this, that everybody is special. Everybody is
Yes.
unique. Everybody
Yeah.
is sovereign. Every single
Yes.
person. And if you
Yeah.
know that and you believe that in your heart and soul, then that's all you need to know.
Oh, I've gone all, oh my gosh, I got goosebumps then. Literally tingles top to toe. Thank you so much. That was
You're
just beautiful.
welcome.
And the other thing I wanted to say when you were
Oh,
talking earlier,
yeah.
for the downloads that the free course, etc., on the 7
777.
days,
Yep.
777, your voice is so soothing. I love listening to you. It is, though. It's amazing. You have
Thank you.
such a calming effect. That's why I wanted to have a quick chit chat before coming on, actually, because I needed to see A, I needed to see you. B, I needed to hear you because it's just been a bit frantic today. I
Oh,
still
no
need to get
problem.
accommodation sorted in this, but I was just, I'm melting now. Okay. Thank you so
Oh,
much
you're
for
so
coming
welcome.
on.
I'm very excited to see
I
you
was just going to
Saturday.
say, I know. I'm like, next time I see you, it's going to be in real life.
It is.
I know.
Yes.
I will wrap up now because we're on a strict schedule. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't go anywhere. I shall come and join you in the green room. Oh, I really could listen to Rachelle's voice. It's just so. She's mystical and magical is how I'd say it. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you everybody for all your comments. Hi David. Thank you for joining me, Ollie. Thank you for everybody who's turned up. Michael P, Michael Holt. If I've forgotten your names, I'm really sorry. I was keeping an eye. Oh my goodness, this time next week I am literally going to be in the States. I can't get my head over it. I can't get my head around this. Okay. I've forgotten what I was. I can't believe that. I'm giddy. Okay. So, just as a reminder, you can always find me right here on LinkedIn every Monday at 8 o'clock GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can message me directly on LinkedIn, or my Calendly thing is there. If you can't get hold of me, just please get hold of Russ Hedge, my big bro and amazing producer. RussHedge.com. I might as well just say it. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you from the States next week. Okay, bye. I just can't stop laughing. Okay.